Come on. Surely everyone's got a Jim will fix it badge. There's one statement that is always true. The world cannot have too many Telecasters. I know this much is true. So for this video series, Series 4, on the road to 1p, what's more fitting than building a guitar and putting it on eBay for 1p? That's what we're going to do. I'm going to build a guitar, I'm going to put it on eBay with a reserve price of 1 pence. Will it sell for 200 quid? Will it sell for 2p? I don't know. But let's get ourselves on the road. I'm a little bit nervous, but let's wait and see. Do you want to know what I'm building? Here we go. So, et voila, I have a Telecaster body that I made for a previous video, and I cocked up the routing. The template slipped and it died. So I'm going to use this because that's easy and I can get it out the workshop. It's actually Poplar, nice bit of kit. That's what we're using. Got that camera too? Camera 2's out of shot at the minute. We're learning. What are we going to do with this? Well, we're going to go for a very traditional neck. I know it's got a Strat headstock at the minute. We're not going Strat headstock though. We're going to go Tele headstock, which you can see I've already drawn on there. Steady, steady. Bird's eye maple. Very faint bird's eye, but very nice. Roasted. A mild roast. Yummy! So we're going to go with that traditional Tele neck, which should always be maple in my eyes. And I'm going to cut the fretboard from this same bit of stock, so that when we marry them back together, they look like one piece. Trick of the eye. That's what we're going for there. Nothing that special, but it will be luscious. I promise. So what are we doing with the body that's a bit different? When you flick through Instagram, and we're scrolling, looking at everyone's wonderfulness, you'll see a telly and you'll think, I thought I'd seen them all. And then someone will bring up a telly and it looks amazing. So what am I doing that's going to be amazing? We're going to do an acoustasonic style. What the difference is, I really like black Strats and Tellies with maple necks, especially roasted maple necks. So that's what we're going to do. The difference is we're going to go acoustasonic, but what am I going to do for my inlay? Well, we can't just go normal. So we're going to go fabric top just for the inlay. So I'm going to make a black fabric top Paisley panel, which is going to be very pretty. That's going to be inlaid for our fabric top. Very cool. I've not done it this way before because that's what this channel is all about. We're doing weird things. So that's going to be the inlay. Camera 2, show them what they're dealing with. Very, very nice. This is our inlay, and whatever's left, might make myself a cheeky little caftan. I'm only joking. I haven't got a clue what a caftan is. I just heard the wife say it one time when I probably should have been listening. We've all been there, gents. So that's what we're going. Fabric top, acoustasonic inlay. So, if I may, we know that the acoustasonic has a border on it, which kind of does a bit of that. And then there is also a big cutaway on the sides, which we have a bit of relief. So the whole inlay is going to act as the pick guard. So the inlay itself, I'm going to have to cut very finely so that I can remove a piece for the neck, pickup and all the rest of it. Ideas are spewing out. I kind of know what I'm doing. I've got a fair idea. You probably haven't. You might. Comment along. There's got to be a bit of mystery. The biggest difference is that I'm going to paint this body, and I'm going to paint it matte black. Ooh, matte black. Very sexy. Big rounds, big scallops on the back, big belly carve, big arm carve, nice smooth roundy edges. It's going to be a nice, she's going to be voluptuous.
Look at that now, huh?
Black and white inlay, all chrome, roasted maple neck. It's going to be very, very nice. Firstly, I'm going to do, I'm going to show you how to make an acoustasonic inlay. So I have to make some Telecaster templates. It's the same technique for making control cavity bits and bobs. It's all just Coming out my head like a machine gun of shit. Machine gun of shit. I might put that on a t-shirt. Not to sell, just to wear myself. Let's get rid of this and we'll flip to making some templates. Mic drop. Right, back in the room. First step, I've dug out all my Telecaster templates. I've decided to go with this one. Whether I go for a semi-hollow thing with a FO, don't know yet, I haven't decided. It'd be rude not to, wouldn't it? We're not doing the acoustasonic center sound hole. We're going traditional pickup style. We're just nicking a few of the features because they're very nice. So first thing, I'm going to use this template because I can use the inside edge to create my, let me just show you what I mean. Fucking waffle, stop waffling. So very simply, there's our telly shape. Not very complicated, simple. I'm going to be very technical, I'm going to bring it down a bit. So I know from that edge, that's going to work. Hopefully you can see that on camera too. Can you see that? I bunged my centre line on just so I could practice what I preach, said the vicar to the father. Right, next job is to cut this out fairly accurately. Doesn't have to be that accurate, but we'll make it as accurate as we can. Ta-da! One inlay panel, that's what we want. We need to keep both pieces. That's why it's very important to drill holes and not come through from the side. I'm just going to fine tune this on the sander and get it looking curvy. Looking curvy, shall we? Right, so all I've done is just given it a bit of a sand and made sure everything's nice and smooth. Cracking, so we're at that stage and you might think, well, how the hell are you going to make that into something we can use for an inlay? So here's the next trick of the trade. You might already know this. I might be teaching you how to suck eggs, but eggs are good for you, full of protein, keep you full for longer, and give you muscles.
I have no idea what the fuck you just said.
Trick number 2, car body filler. Ooh, this is gonna do you wonders. Smells nice as well. What do we do with that? What do we do? Well, I'll show you what we do. What we do. Now we've got our panel and it fits nicely in there. We're going to fill the edges with car body filler. That's going to give us our perfectly tight fit. Tight like a tiger. But I only want the car body filler to stick to one side. So this one, I'm going to use some very fine tape because the filler's not going to stick to this. Barely had enough. Make sure that's nicely stuck on there. Take your time with that bit. Bit of duct tape to hold it in place. Just a few bits to start with to make sure it's where we want it. I'm basically making sure I've got an even gap all the way around here because we're mental. Happy with that. Right, so next thing, little offcut of crap. Scraper, your choice of scraper is fine. Fill the gaps. There you go, that's as clean as I need to make that. Put that to one side. Gas mark 4. Right, next part, and the bit you've seen before, but we'll do it again, we'll just run through it. We've got to make our cap. We've got to make that wood rubber. We use a bit of scabby ply, I think this is 6mm. Guitar builders can use everyone's offcuts because we make mini things. I'm going to make a little border around the outside of this. That's fine, we've got a little border. All right, see the border? See the border, everyone sees the border. Piece of cake. Next step, just cut a bit of the fabric. Don't think it matters what way this goes. Simple, isn't it? Nothing complicated about that. All we've got to do now is glue that down. Lid off for this bit.
You're hard.
Right, so you can see I've PVA'd it. I've put some PVA on the top, my camera cut out. Sorry about that. I've squeegeed it with a metal scraper to make sure there's no lumps underneath. I'll PVA on top of the fabric because it seals in the fabric and it stops any air bubbles coming through, or a lot less air bubbles in the epoxy when we do that bit. I'm just going to set this aside to dry now, and we'll come back, we can epoxy this and we can finish our templates. Phase 1 complete. I'll see you in about half a second. Right, time has passed. The day has eroded many days. Time for phase 2. Can you see what I'm doing? It's an evening session down the workshop. I've snuck down of an evening. It's my birthday coming up. You don't have to wish me happy birthday. I'm a miserable twat on my birthday, but thanks for thinking it, even if it was momentarily. So we've got this in here. We've got our tape. We've got to hope now that this presses out. Whew! That was touching cloth. So what I'm going to do now is just copy that on this cheeky bad boy. Literally going to glue this down, use the router, ping right through it and trace this one so we've got a nice template with no nasty filler. That's it. Smells like the router is still knackered. In fact, it stinks. We're going to have to get another router. Eyes and ears off. Eyes and ears off. Sawdust off. Get it all off. Steady. So I'm going to do the same with this. I'm going to trace this one.
6.5 hours later.
So there we've got our panel. And then in there, super snug, is our template. Look at that. Car body filler, a router and a jigsaw. That's all you need. Now to be honest, you can do better than that if you take a bit more time. I'm an heavy-handed pleb. And there we have them. We have a master template. Our master templates. This technically can go in the bin now. I tend to keep them because I'm a prick. Stinks of dead router in here. Again, I'm going to have to treat myself. But it's new van day tomorrow, so we can't be too extravagant. So there we go, master templates. I'm going to write on there, master telly. Oh, yes. With a kiss. So now I'm just going to have a clean up and then we'll get on with a bit of epoxy resin in this. The conclusion is our panel. This is going to go over here. First thing I'm going to do with that is check that this is level-ish. It's got to be pretty level. It's not, it's minging.
You know that ain't right.
Always have a good stash of business cards. That's no bad, that's no bad. Close enough. Is that all right with you? Should we carry on? So next job, let's get technical. Let's mix up some epoxy. Let's get on the readers. Mix equal volume, 1:1. Stir well for 3 to 5 minutes. No one in the history of epoxy has stirred for such a long time. We're not about to start now. I'm going to go 500 mils. 250 of each, just in case you were struggling with the maths. If there's any plumbers watching. Shots fired. Now I'm tempted to put a bit of black in this. A tint to the top. What do you think? I'm doing it. I'm doing it. That much. I've done it. I've done it. Walk away. Right, that'll do for that. Leave that dangling over the bin. Now I'm going to take you over with me to the other side. Lovely. Look at that for a view. Aren't you lucky? Make sure we've got no dust. Just a bit of spit. On goes our epoxy. Once again, trusty business card. There you go. There's a lot of bubbles in that. But now that they're off, look at that. That's going to look very moody. I'm happy with that. So all we do now, oh, man down! Just going to get my master telly templatis, pop him on the top, make sure there's no dust. Fucking, whoa, sneak up on a bitch. Let's see how that turns out with a bit of camera magic in the morning. It's Saturday morning, it's my birthday, my big day. I'm 43 today, and I'm starting the day in my workshop because it's the best place to be, innit? How are we getting on? We've just come down for a quick reveal. We're going to cap this video off and let's have a little look with Dave at what's going on. I'll plonk you there. Template. We all know what's going on with the template, and we reveal the pattern. Look at that. Misty. Misty, got some shit on the top, but that'll sound off. Beautiful. So all we're going to do now, let's bring it over. Come in this way. All I'm going to do now is pop out Tina templates. Like that. It's always nice to save a control cavity cover space if you've got it. Quick draw around that. Excellent. Can't see that at all. Quick trip to the bandsaw. I won't film it because that is boring. There we go. So I've got some offcuts. Quite interesting. Look, you can actually see how thick the epoxy is. It's not that thick. And we just about got enough for a cavity control cover should we need it. I don't know if you can hear a hangover. I've got a bit of a hangover, just a teeny one. I'm sure tomorrow morning will be even worse. The last operation is just to stick this to our template and use the Triton router for the last time. It's going in the bin. I thought it might have just been a hiccup. I've reloaded it. I've got shit in the eye. Shit in the eye. I've reloaded it. Still stinks. Something very wrong. So father-in-law, this gentleman, say hello to Rod in the comments, everyone. Legendary father-in-law. He's going to take it apart and we're going to experiment and we're going to find out why it's fucked. Right, anyway, let's go over and say goodbye to the router. We'll say a prayer. Amen. This is going to stink. Call the fire brigade, will you? So, conclusions. Conclusions. We all love a conclusion. Pop that off there. What have we learned in this video? A lot. We've got a cap. We've got our acoustasonic inlay all done, prepped in epoxy for our guitar. We've got a beautiful inlay set, which we can use time and time again because we've made it in a legendary fashion. Bit of car body filler and a kitchen unit back. I mean, you have been learnt big style. Right, okay, that's video one. You're in now. I've sucked you in. Tell everyone, share it, like it, subscribe if you're not subscribed. Why would you not be subscribed? Because it's free. You can have the notifications on. Just do it for my channel. No one else's. Just do it for mine. You don't get swamped with dings and dongs. Don't forget, this guitar, when it's finished, it's going on eBay for a starting bid of 1p. I don't care what it goes for. It might go for a tenner. I'm paying for this. YouTube's not paying for it. Sponsors are not paying for it. I'm paying for it. It's a little experiment and it's a chance for someone to get a guitar for not a lot of money, which is a win for me, especially if you send me some pictures of it being played in the wild. Come back next week, watch this, it's really important. Tell your friends, put it on Instagram, link it, show everyone, do me a massive favour, that's brilliant. See you next week. I'd like to give a shout out to Ray on this video. Ray and Marie, if they're sat watching my video, Marie, you probably think it's utter shit, but Ray, this geezer, part-time legend. Thanks for watching, Ray, you are my biggest fan in Plymouth. I'm not sure how much of an accolade that is, but it's all yours, brother. Love you.